Hi, my name's Isaac, and this is a 2020 GMC Canyon Denali. And today, I'm here to find out if this is the pinnacle of all luxury mid-size trucks. Now, I happen to think it might be, but I take everything I'd say with a grain of salt, because for the first 19 years of my life, anytime the song Wannabe by the Spice Girls would come on the radio, and I'd hear the line, "You got G like MC," I thought they were talking about this GMC, like the General Motors company. I was very confused. And retrospectively, I'm not too entirely sure they weren't talking about this GMC, but I'm not too entirely sure about any of the lines in that song. Like, what does "I really, really, really want to zig-a-zig-ah" even mean? Before we begin, I want to thank Star Buick GMC for allowing me to review this truck. For all your GMC or Buick needs, you can visit Star in person right off of 33 in Easton, Pennsylvania, or at starbuickgmc.com. Alrighty, so let's start out up front here. You know, before I came here, I was prepping all my things, and I thought, should I wear a hat? Nah, I probably won't need a hat. It's not going to be that windy. I should have brought a hat. So you're going to get LED daytime running lights here. I really like them on these. Somebody did comment, a couple comments to this. I should have brought this up in my GMC Sierra review. These are flickering here because they can't keep, the refresh rate of the camera can't keep up with the LEDs. That's not a real flicker in real life. So the LEDs don't actually flicker in real life. That's a camera refresh rate thing. Jesus crackers, I should have worn a hat. Anyway, you're gonna get standard halogen bulbs, halogen turn signals, halogen fog lights. So much chrome here. Again, I think GMC did it pretty tastefully here. Very nice grille, giant GMC logo, and then down here you got your tow hooks in case you need to pull a Jeep Gladiator out of the mud. I don't know, I was trying to jab at somebody, but I couldn't think of anybody. Jeep Gladiator, you can pull a Jeep Gladiator out. Now, moving under the hood with the Canyon, since this does share a platform with the Chevy Colorado, it also shares its V6 VVT engine, so it makes the same horsepower and the same torque with the same fuel economy, obviously, as the Chevy Colorado I reviewed a couple weeks ago. So here are the specifications for that. Moving on to the profile of the truck, the Canyon wins the award for the coolest named wheels of any truck I've ever done on this show. These are 20-inch diamond cut, machine polished aluminum wheels. That's a mouthful to say, but they are really cool wheels. These are some of my favorites in the mid-size segment. You got your Denali badge down here, chrome mirror cap. I don't believe that this has a signal, though you do have a little blind spot mirror on here. Standard running boards, you get chrome accents on these. It is nice to have the standard running boards doing this. Hopefully this one won't break my camera, but you have chrome door handles. And that's pretty much it for the profile of the truck. Pretty standard, but you do get a lot of nice amenities on it, like these wheels with that Denali trim. Let's move to the back. Now, moving on to the back here, you're going to have the GM truck exclusive step cut into the bumper back here. I really like this. Really ease of use to get up into the bed here if you need to. Moving back here, you do have the same payload and towing capacity that you'd get on the Colorado, since they share the same platform. But it is very in line with the rest of the mid-size truck segment. You're going to get your GMC badge back here, Canyon and Denali. Now, next year there is going to be a mid-cycle refresh. They're going to move the Denali logo down here, if I'm not mistaken, to kind of put it more in line with the Sierra trucks and kind of mimic that look on this smaller Canyon, amongst other things that they're going to change with that. You're going to get your backup camera here, parking sensors on the back here, but overall, pretty clean design, very nice. It is an aluminum tailgate, so it comes down very nicely, very soft. Spray and bed liner with the big Denali logo back there, and it is very simple to put the tailgate back up. That is something that I really like that these newer modern trucks are adopting. You don't have this slam down tailgate that's really hard to put back up. Now, before we move on to the interior of the truck, driver's side grab handle check, and obviously this does not, unfortunately, have a driver's side grab handle, though it doesn't really need it. There's not too much of a step in height on this particular truck, but you could use the steering wheel if you absolutely needed one to get in. I'm 5'9", probably about 5'10" in these boots, and clearly it's not much of a step in height. I'm pretty much about as tall as the truck is. All right, so let me show you around the interior here. Let me show you what's different comparatively to the Colorado, kind of what you get with this Canyon Denali, some of the nicer stuff, some of the same stuff, but let's go over. First and foremost, you get these amazingly comfy leather seats with the Denali logo stitched into the headrest. I really like them. They're incredibly comfortable. They're heated and ventilated here in the front. They're power operating. Unfortunately, it is a manual tilt still. It's kind of disappointing to see. You'd kind of hope that it would be fully powered, but it's not the end of the world that I got to pull a thing to tilt it. Leather armrest, really nice on here. This is something that's crazy. You like never see this in the segment. This has all 4 one touchdown windows. That's crazy. I've never seen that reviewing a mid-size truck. Some of the full-size trucks that I review in the higher segments don't even have all one touchdown windows. So that is really nice. They're not all one touch up. Clearly I have to pull them up. But still, regardless, that is a really neat feature, something that's incredibly unique to the segment. But moving up the door here, this is hard touch plastic here. I kind of wish that this would be sort of like a leather material, or maybe a mimicking leather material, because the hard touch isn't too nice on here. Kind of wish for something softer when you're putting your arm here. That's just one want from me. The rest of the door, really nice. You have this wood material here on the door and the center console. This is really cool. The entire, like most of the upper dash here is actually like a leather material. It's really nice. I think this might be leather. It's stitched really cool down by the buttons here. That's excellent looking. I really do like that. Steering wheel, you're gonna get heated steering wheel. You'll have your collision sensors on, because this truck obviously does have a full suite of safety sensing material. You'll have your Bluetooth controls and the buttons for that. Really like the layout. Again, with the leather on here, it is really comfy. And with the heating option, oh my goodness, really, really, really nice. Moving on to your infotainment, you do get a Bose speaker system in this truck. It is a really nice Bose speaker system. They sound great. Obviously, I'd play you something. I don't want to get copyright struck by YouTube. But you're going to get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this head unit, which is really nice, as well as 4G LTE Wi-Fi. That is really cool, something that we're seeing adopted quite frequently now in these pickup trucks. Nice to see on the GMC. Below your screen, you are going to get your climate controls. One cool thing with the climate is, I've mentioned this in so many videos, but I keep not cutting to it. I keep forgetting to cut to it. On the GM trucks, you have a little dial, like a little readout of the exact temperature that you can turn. I think that's really cute. I really like that idea. So that's really neat to see on there. Below that, you're going to have your trailering control, traction control, your hazards, your bed light, lane departure warning, and your parking sensors, all laid out really nicely with a wireless charging pad. If your phone has the ability to do wireless charging, you can throw it right here. Below that is your heated and cooled seats. And then below that, you do have 2 USB ports, an auxiliary, and an SD card slot that has your navigation in there. So get your navigation up on the screen. Apart from Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it has built-in navigation. Overall, the interior is very nicely appointed. I like a lot of stuff on this truck, though I could wish for some less hard plastics inside here, and it would be nice to have a sunroof. You know, for this price, and it being the Denali trim, that would be cool. Obviously, I wouldn't hope for a full panoramic one, but a sunroof would be nice. And with the backup sensors, as we saw on the Denali Sierra we did, there was like 8 or 9 cameras on that truck. This one only has your backup camera, which is okay, but a front camera would be nice to see as well on something like this. Now, as I mentioned, there is going to be a mid-cycle refresh next year. They did mention that there are changes coming to the Denali for the 2021 model year. So hopefully we're going to see some more stuff like a front camera on this truck, and perhaps maybe a sunroof available. Now finally, moving on to the back here of the Canyon Denali. It is just as comfortable back here as it is up front. Definitely nice for long road trips. You do have a center armrest here with 2 cup holders in it. Not something you see all too often on the midsize segment. Same with 2 USBs and a 12-volt outlet back here. That is nice to see. One thing that I do wish this truck had that it doesn't is a power sliding rear window. This is a manual one So that's a little disappointing to see. I kind of wish it was powered, especially for this price range, but not the end of the world. Good to see that it still does have that. One thing is this does have rear defrosting on the back window, as well as the Chevy Colorado, it has that rear defrosting. My Toyota Tacoma does not have any option for rear defrost in the window, so it's pretty much out of luck when it snowed recently. As you can see, snow on the ground. I had to really just wait for the truck to completely warm up for anything to defog on the back window. So nice to see that this does have at least the rear defrost on the back window. Now, storage options back here are plentiful. You can pull the seat down here, and then that is going to be a completely flush load floor. And then also you have the option, I have to juggle this, to pull that up. You have another storage bin underneath. So you have a couple different ways to move the seats in the back here. So that was a little overview of the 2020 GMC Canyon Denali. There's a lot of things I really like about it, and I think it does a lot of stuff right. But unfortunately, there is some stuff that I really did wish it had, like a heads-up display or a full 360-degree camera like its bigger brother, the Sierra, does. I think overall, a lot of the time these midsize trucks get overlooked by their manufacturers, not only with the GMC, but especially with Toyota and Nissan and Ford. They just don't pack as many features into the midsize trucks as they do with the full-size ones. It's almost like they're an afterthought, which is unfortunate because the midsize truck segment is such a huge one right now. It would be nice to see some of the features carry over into these midsize trucks, especially on something like this Denali. Now, hopefully for the 2021 model year, that will carry over on this GMC Denali. They did say they're going to change quite a few things for that mid-cycle refresh, so that's good to hear. And I think that's about it for this truck. Now, before I say my farewell, I do want to say I have a special guest coming next week to review a truck. I am really excited about this, so everybody should stay tuned. Special guest coming to review the truck. He's very famous. I think every one of you will know who he is. I'm really excited. It's a really cool opportunity that he reached out and was like, hey, I'd love to review this truck for you. So I said, that's great, absolutely. So next week, special guest coming in, and yeah, I think that's just about it. If you're looking for a GMC, you can contact Star in Easton, Pennsylvania, or on their website, which I'll link in the description. And remember, no matter what truck you buy, I'll pray it lasts you a long time and it serves you well. Thanks for watching, guys.